I had to wander. I had to go try my own path. If you don't step through no mud, then it won't last. The years pass in life, crazy how they go fast. Ask myself questions that you have, but you won't ask. And you got to see this vision, right? You got to have this idea of what your life's going to look like and follow through with it no matter what somebody tells you, no matter the doubts that you have in yourself. And that's a scary thing to have to go through because you really never know what the end of that path looks like.
There was a point where I had to like not talk to myself, but like I had to have that like conversation with myself, like, hey, like I know I'm back working and stuff like that, but like it's not me giving up on myself. It's me like making my life easier by getting steady income and, you know, having extra money. Like who don't want extra money? But like you have to have those hard looks at yourself and those hard looks at people around you and things that you're doing that are like limiting you, suppressing your next level.
This is Sad Boy Radio.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sad Boy Radio. I'm your host, Matt, and today we got a special guest. Man, he's been all over the world. So many people know him. So many people love him. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
What's good? It's Bodhi. It feels good to be here, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, for real. I appreciate it, bro. I know we talked about this shit back at like Girls Weekend. Shout out King and Nez. Hey, show them the hat real quick,
Girls
bro.
Weekend Part two. I got the first beanie at the crib too.
Sheesh.
I know. We gotta show love out here, man. That's the thing. It's always cool, like just connecting all the dots in the city.
For real, especially because when we were at that event, you had literally walked up to me like, yo, what's up? Bro, like, I had no clue. I'm like, yo, did I meet this dude before? Because that was, like, one of the first events where I started, like, popping out and, you know, like, meeting people a lot.
It was dope, too, because, like, I saw you out. I think that was, like you said, one of the first times I seen you out. And I saw you, like, go talk to Sydney. And then I saw you get the interview, and it was just dope. I'm like, all right, like, my boy out here, like you said, bro, you outside, you going, like, hustling, trying to get.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Sydney, bro, you got the Ines interview. Like, you you outside, you out here doing what you got to do, the leg work.
Hey, I appreciate that, bro.
No, that's love.
But on top of that, you know, it's also just about supporting the people you know, right? When I went to the event, I didn't even know who Sydney was. So like that was dope that like I heard her and I was like, damn, I need to interview her real quick. Yeah. But with the Inez thing, like me and her had been working on it, like trying to get that scheduled, and man, just schedules kept fucking getting fucked up. Someone had to go somewhere, someone had to reschedule. Vic got sick one time. Shout out Vic. Nah, I'm fucking with him. But yeah, that was a process. But yeah, bro, honestly, like that was just such a dope experience, and I'm glad like we were able to connect through that shit.
Yeah. Especially
because you're so close with Nico and Equan, bro.
Yeah.
Real quick, you know, talk about your relationship with them. You guys got a big thing coming up. I don't know if it's top secret.
Nah. It's we got something in the works. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna spoil nobody news or nothing like that. But me and Nico really started working just off of kind of Bobby, honestly. Bobby had done a freestyle or a cypher during COVID, and Nico performed and like rapped on one of his beats or whatever and did the cypher. And I was like, yo, and then so I listened to his project. I had a song called Reconnect, and I was like, yo, like we gotta do something. I hear you on this song. Like I sent him just the hook, and he went crazy. And we kind of just been recording, doing videos. They come to the stew with like Wingstop. Like we just be kicking it, bro, honestly. You know. And then the song we got coming out, we did at their crib. Like I'm teaching this man how to record. You know, like it's just like you said, bro, just supporting like the homies. Like, all right, bet I see they movement. I like what they doing. So, you know, like I'm with it. Like we kind of just been going in the same direction ever since.
That tandem is just fucking. They're dope as fuck, bro.
Steph and Clay, bro. It's Steph and Clay. Like,
hey, fuck him for not being here though.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know. It's alright. We finna see each other tomorrow. We got some cool stuff coming tomorrow.
So man, you're an independent artist, man. You're also a producer. You got the Bodhi Boys Productions. You're also working at Avenue Studios, Chicago. So, man, you got a lot going on.
Yes.
Talk about your journey in music, man. You know, you quit school. You dropped a lot of security when you dropped a lot of jobs, right?
It's just been, like you said, a journey, bro. Like, it's something that I wanted to do, but I never took that step, you know. And then something happened at school. While I was away at school, even though I wasn't doing nothing towards school, I went to ISU for 3 years. I literally didn't even get my associate's degree, but I learned how to do Ableton. I made some good relationships with music, so like I got what I needed to out of it, to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm comfortable. I'm finna just drop out and I'm just gonna make it happen, kind of a thing. To where I had my own studio for a little bit. I was recording on my mom's crib for a little bit. Like, it's just really been a journey of just like doing it on my own, like just getting it out the mud, kind of a thing. That's why I'm always just trying to help everybody else. Like, all right, bro, like I done this from the get go, like myself out my mom's crib recording motherfuckers for like $20. So it's like, you know, like that. I feel like I could do anything with this music shit, even down to like engineering, bro. I was, like you said, quitting jobs. Like I had a 401k, doorman job, Blue Cross Blue Shield, all that, you know, like good money. But I didn't want to, like, I don't want to be a doorman, bro. Like, I'm not trying to like greet motherfuckers, especially in 2020, bro. Like that, it was a lot going on to where you're not trying to good morning to white people every day. You know, so I'm just like, all right, bro, I gotta figure this out. I was working at Lockwood for a bit. Shout out to Lockwood, man. Well, shout out and RP to Lockwood Studios. But he gave me an opportunity, and he was like, yo, bro, like, if you want to engineer full-time, something I'd never even used Pro Tools before.
Damn.
Yeah, I was just like, you know what? Come on. Like, I believed that shit, thugged it out, and shit, I've been doing it for like 2.5 years now. Yeah, like full-time, paying bills with that shit.
It's like that.
Shit, I'm paying them, and they might not be on time, but... You know, they gonna get paid though. I promise.
Hey, eventually, IRS don't come for me.
Yeah, just don't ask comment. Yeah, it's been a long journey, bro. It's been a long journey. That's why I just be so chill about everything.
What's this experience been like for you, man?
It's learning, you know, like figuring stuff out and trying to figure out what works for you, what doesn't, and like figure out what I really want to do with this music stuff, you know. Like it's I'll take everything in stride, essentially, with this stuff, because it's always a new day. It's always something you could do tomorrow. You can always change your trajectory, essentially.
How do you feel like this journey of building your own business has shaped you?
It's something that I've always wanted to do, you know, like I've always wanted to work like for myself. Like I never wanted a job. I didn't know what I wanted to do. That's why, like, you know, niggas go away to school. I'm undecided. Like, bro, why I'm finna go $20,000 in debt to be undecided about some shit? But it's like I just knew I wanted to like I wanted to make money on my own, and I was like, all right, engineering was the first step to that, and then it's like, all right, engineering put me more in a business mindset as opposed to when I was just an artist. You know, when you're an artist, you can get stuck in that, the creative process and da-da-da-da-da. Like, I want to put this, I record this song, put it out today, and, like, have no plan or nothing behind it. And it's just like, why? Like, with the engineering, I got to market myself. I got to be out there. I got to be at the shows. Like, hey, I introduced myself as Bodhi the engineer before I'm Bodhi the rapper. Like, everybody a rapper.
PNB Bodhi?
Yeah, PNB Bodhi, man. Hey, that was 2019, bro. Recipes to PNB Rock. But, like, that was how I became just PNB Bodhi, bro. Like, just outside, like, introducing myself, like, to everybody, bro. I wanted to be around motherfuckers, bro. I was at the first girls' weekend, like, pre-COVID, literally, like, the week before COVID, they had Take Money again. And it was T, bro. To wrap it back around, like, it taught me the full spectrum of music and, like, the music industry kind of a thing, as opposed to just, like, I just wanted to rap.
Like every other dude?
Yeah, exactly. In 2015, I just wanted to rhyme words, and I enjoyed doing it, and it was fun. And it's like, but nah, like, there is so much other stuff that goes into this to where you can have a successful career. You know, even down to just getting an LLC and, like, getting your business together kind of a thing. Like, I was like, all right, if I actually get this done and do this, then this is me standing on it. You know, instead of like, all right, well, I'm finna do this, I'm finna do that. Nah, just do it.
And for a while you did clothes too, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get back into the clothes. I I want to do more like collaboration stuff too. Like I like my homies brands and things like that. So I want to do like collaborations with them. Like my homie Silent, he's got his stuff Silent Battles that's dope. And like even just like a Silent Battles Bodhi Boys Productions, like it would just be a cool concept kind of a thing. So just like doing more with that. And yeah, I'm getting back into just like the merch. More of my stuff is gonna be for music. You know, I don't want to be like Off-White or nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's more for like merchandise and for the fans kind of a thing. You know, but yeah, I like helping. I like helping people.
Yeah, obviously, like you gave fucking Nico the secret to recording himself. You know what I'm saying?
You got to like it's I mean, it makes my life easier. He comes to the studio. He's like, "Hey, bro, listen, this is what I want it to sound like, but better." Cool. Like we get stuff done. All right, I want to keep this here. Okay, just send those over. Like it makes my life so much easier, and we not in the studio like over like too much. I don't want it like even though it's my job, I'm not trying to like have you sitting in here wasting your time and money. Like I know how that shit is too. You know, like get your song down. Like know how you want to record it, and then let's do it. And I'll teach whoever. And you know, like. If you my homie, if we done worked and I see you got that like effort, like you really want the shit, I'm not gonna hold you back.
And that's the thing about a lot of people, right? A lot of people gatekeep because they're like, oh, you know, I don't want them to have the secret. I want them to have to depend on me because if they depend on me, they can't go anywhere without me.
It's bogus. Like I hate seeing that. I hate when people do that. Like even down to like why I started doing music. Like it was tough love, but like my homie, we worked at the same job, bro. We literally worked at the same job, and I'm like, yeah, bro, let me get some beats off you. He's like, bro, let me get like $50 for a beat. I'm like, gee, like you know we both make like $9 an hour, and we both got rent and shit. Like, why are you gonna be out here making me pay $50 for a beat? He's like, make it yourself. Then I was like, all right, like I'll do it. Like he's like, I'll teach you how to like use it, but I'm not gonna give you my free work. And that's real. I thought that was like the realest shit ever. Like he's not gonna give me his shit for free, but he's gonna show me, like he's gonna guide me to the water, you know, kind of a thing. And that's all you gotta do to motherfuckers, bro. Like I love Nico, but I don't think he's gonna be an engineer or like try to be LXXI. So like who am I to not like try to teach him? Like he's not stepping on my toes in no other way. Like do your thing, bro. Like you know?
Give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man how to fish, and
you know, they gonna eat forever, bro. Like I want everybody to eat forever type shit.
So real quick, I want to touch on that a little bit, right? The difference between being a designer, being in the business of being a designer, and being in the business of being an engineer, an artist, right? How do you feel like those two differ?
Dealing with artists, like music artists, is just very different than like the business side of stuff like that. Like artists there's such a broad spectrum of how artists are. Like some people come to the studio with 30 people, some people come to the studio by themselves. Some people come to the studio and want freestyle and like have nothing prepared. Some people have like the whole studio mapped out like to a T kind of a thing. Like so it's just so many different artists. And then but usually on the other side when it comes to like design and business, like when we was doing the Deviant Souls thing, like Denio, he was on his shit. Like I ain't have to like, he was on it, bro. Like he was just like, all right, this is what we're finna do. This is what we're finna pull out. Cool, I'm with it. Boom, like let's make it happen. You know what I gotta do, what you need from me, who you need me to hit up, whatever, like kind of a thing. But like with artists, it's more of a you gotta like drag motherfuckers a little bit sometimes. Well, it can be. I'm not gonna say like all, but like it can be a process. So I'll say that's kind of the big difference. Is just like more analytic on the design and stuff side. And even with designers, like graphic designers, for the most part, be on their shit with me. Like I haven't had any troubles with like graphic designers like on time, not having stuff, or like
Well, they
me
need
not.
to have that shit on
Yeah,
time.
exactly, exactly. Artists don't really give a fuck, bro. Like they feel like they just paying for your shit, and that's all.
I don't know, man. Graphic designers are just on a new level.
It's super dope, bro. Like even down to seeing like Chief Keef doing that shit, like Chief Keef fucking graphic design, and um, it's a new world, bro. Like you can really do anything. Motherfuckers like 14 in Germany just like doing logos for like $25, making fucking NFTs, whatever, bro. Like you like that's the next level of shit.
Man, but let's get really into it, right? Let's fuck all the small talk. When we talked about self limits, and we also talked about kind of people putting those expectations on you as well as you putting those expectations on you. And immediately what came to mind was G-Eazy's song Everything Will Be Okay, where he says, I had to wander, I had to go, tread my own path. If you don't step through no mud, then it won't last. The years pass in life, crazy how they go fast. Ask myself questions that you have, but you won't ask. And you got to see this vision, right? You got to have this idea of what your life's going to look like and follow through with it no matter what somebody tells you, no matter the doubts that you have in yourself. And that's a scary thing to have to go through because you really never know what the end of that path looks like. You have this idea of, man, I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be able to live off my craft. But at the end of the day, like, you don't get to decide that. You get to put in the work. You get to do as much as you can to possibly make it happen. But at the end of the day, it also comes down to, okay, am I in the right places? Am I in the right circles that are going to help benefit me? Because like we've said multiple times on this show, you are the company you keep.
When we talked about that was one thing I was thinking of, is just like the people you're around, those are like, you show me your friends, I'll show you your future. That's what like it sticks in my head, because like people can and will, not consciously or not, like hold you back, like with just like their own thoughts, their own limits that they put on themselves. Like I'm a very big believer in like life, there's space, like it's like a physical space. So if like somebody's taking up space and it's like not beneficial, like you gotta just get rid of that, like people, there's even down to like me having like a regularized job. Like there was a point where I had to like not talk to myself, but like I had to have that like conversation with myself, like, hey, like I know I'm back working and stuff like that, but like it's not me giving up on myself. It's me like making my life easier by getting steady income and, having extra money. Like who don't want extra money? But like you have to have those hard looks at yourself and those hard looks at people around you and things that you're doing that are like limiting you, suppressing your next level kind of a thing, And even down to like me doing a whole bunch of shit. Like I could have just been like, nah, I don't want to like try to be an engineer. Like I don't know, I've never done it before. I never used Pro Tools or whatever. Like it's easy to do that. But like then I would have never done all this other shit. I never would have had my studio. I probably never would have made a fucking country album. Like
You made a country album?
Yeah, because I wanted to I was in the studio, bro. First month of the studio, all I heard was Lil Durk piano beats and just niggas auto-tune, which is fine. But like, I'm like, bro, I have to make the like most differentest shit.
He definitely did that after Lil Nas X came out with all the horses in the back.
Facts, bro. Like I had this one song called Holster, bro, that like popped off in 2019, and No Jumper posted it, and fucking bro, I got a flight out to Texas to like go perform with, shout out my homie Narco, bro. They threw a show. It was like 250 people, bro, packed as hell in Dallas, and just went crazy, bro. Like
You funny as hell.
it was, bro. It was so much fun, bro. Like they had the show going on, but like he was like, bro, we're gonna have you as a special guest. Like I'll pay for your flight here. Like you good, bro. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I got a cousin out there, like, and I tried that shit again, bro. Like I could just limit myself and not been like, bro, like only he could do that shit. Or like, I'm not finna just have fun and do this song. But I was like, nah, fuck it. Like, it was fun as hell. The NASCAR country shit that I did the first time went crazy. Why not do some more country shit? And then boom, that went crazy. 2 years later, I do a country album just because I got leftover stuff. Like, it's so, I don't want to limit myself. Like, I have fun doing the production, doing the photo shoots on it, like coming up with those ideas, like dressing up, like it's all dope to me. So it's like sometimes somebody might have told me, well, people told me like, all right, man, like, hey, are you sure you want to do that? Like, it sound like this, or yeah, bro, like that's just raw. You know, I fuck with it. And some of that stuff is like my most successful stuff. That was the first time I was on the radio.
Damn.
Shout out Hot Rod. He played New Sheriff on the radio with me and Bobby, like 5 weeks back to back to back. Like it was fun, bro. Like, and I had never had no rapper shit do that, but like, you know, it was a good song, good vibe. Video was fun. Like, all of it just came together, bro.
And sometimes when you experience that high, it's, man, I want to hit that later, but, you know, when you experience that high, it's like, damn, that shit was fun. That shit was lit. Like, you feel so much love, right? Because all of it's coming in at once. And once it falls apart, once it goes away, it's like, now you're questioning shit. Now you're like, damn, like, what am I really doing?
Right, and that's kind of the hard thing about being an artist or like being a creative is just like keeping up that consistency, because those highs can be so high, especially just because of how attached we are to stuff. Like, it's like, all right, like, y'all feeling this, y'all feeling this, y'all feeling this, and it's like, damn, what I got next? You know, like, I got the next shit got to be even better. Like, it's got to do this many numbers, da-da-da-da. But it's like, nah, we got to just ride it, bro. You got to just ride the wave.
And that's kind of one of the own self-limitations you put on yourself, right? With those expectations that you have these self-limits of, damn, well, if it's not as good as this, I'm not going to put it out.
Right.
And then you also have negative talk. You talk bad about yourself. You think that you can't accomplish something, right? And we don't pursue the things that we really want to pursue because we're scared to fail. We're scared that other people are going to look at us a certain way and they're going to be like, damn, like, just like you said, do you really want to put that out? Was it up to par? Was it to your standards?
Or like, is it what I expect of you, like as a person, like, or the person I know you to be? But it's like, nah, bro, like I enjoy this, you know, kind of a thing. It's like you say, I had one of my homies, we had a conversation about just music, and I wasn't like gonna give up music, but I was like, bro, I think I just want to take it on the back burner and literally just engineer. And he's like, bro, like, but just cause like numbers and stuff like that. And he was like, bro, he's like, but you started doing it before you had any of that. Like, so why would you stop? Like now why does that matter? And then so like that's all. Just something I always think of, like, bro, if I would have done this before, you know, I'm not doing it out of like some kind of sneaky plan, plot, ploy, whatever. Like, I just genuinely want to do it, then I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna make it happen how I see it in my head, you know, not how I think somebody else wants to see it, you know. Like,
setting those boundaries and those expectations for yourself, right? How have you switched your expectations to protect your own mental health, to protect your like sanity in that sense? You know what I'm saying?
Thankfully, like, I have the luxury of like living by myself, but like it's a good amount of space, and like I feel like it keeps me level-headed. Like, I have a lot of room to communicate and like literally feel myself, you know, like how I'm feeling about stuff. Like, when am I really going through some shit? When am I like in a really good place, kind of a thing. So like it's a lot of room for me to just maintain balance. I say, but just like with the like building boundaries, it's again just keeping the right people around you, you know, like people who understand. Like, it don't even gotta be like, you don't have to have like perfect friends, but like if your friends work for you, they understand like when you are going through something, whether you want to talk, whether you don't want to talk. Like, if they can understand that and work with you, then those are like good people that you should keep around. If they encouraging you and just kind of like giving you that space or like reaching out to you, like those are like people you want to keep around. But like if people are like making you feel bad for feeling bad. You like,
man.
you know, you're like, damn, bro, like I just told you that I didn't feel good for like 3 days, and that's why I've been like reaching out, and now you like making me feel like shit. I'm like, all right, bro, okay.
I just had a conversation about that shit, bro, where, you know, just like you said, sometimes when you're in a bad mood or you're not feeling the best, right? Somebody else gets upset because you're not giving them what they need or what they want.
Or what
right?
they expect.
Exactly.
Like
And it's like, bro, how are you going to get mad at me for feeling how I feel? You're telling me that what you want, what you feel is more important than anything that's going on with me. And it's like, bro, that's fucked.
I feel like a lot of people should be more understanding, kind of a thing. Like, there's one thing with me is life is way bigger than me. I will always understand that, you know, like whether life will continue without me, you know, life was here before me. So like my things aren't as big to other people as that, you know, like I can understand that. But like if I'm giving you that room to express myself, like, hey bro, like I'm not really feeling it, just give me some space or just give me some room, or like I'm not gonna be on my top game right now, kind of a thing, or I don't want to do sessions this week, whatever. Like give me that space that I need, like respect it, instead of like taking your own, like you said, bro, prioritizing your things over mine, like when I'm the one going through the shit. You know, like people understanding is something that like I think people should be more of.
What's a situation where this did occur and it did happen to you, if you don't mind sharing?
There's so much like shit going on in the world. Okay, I'm gonna make it like full circle right now. So Bodhi is a Buddhist thing. It's like stands for someone who has reached, quote unquote, taken the path to enlightenment and reached it, but wants to like help others in that sense, kind of a thing. And I'm like very big on the like Buddhist whatever. The first like pillar in Buddhism is life is dukkha. Life is crap. Like life is suffering. It's just pain. Like it's none of us chose to be here. None of us like really want to do this shit. There's no like promises in this shit. So like essentially we're all dealing with something. We're all going through something. So like my general thing is like, why ever make that harder for someone? Like I know it's kind of like up to think like that, like, oh man, you know, like just be understanding to everybody, but like nah, I feel like you really should, like you should give people that space and give people that kind of kindness and common just courtesy. Like I very much so pride myself in that, and like not like I can like very confidently say that like if you ask people about me, like 90% of the time it's good things, and not even just because I'm like this great person, but like I just want to be like that's what I want to be. I want to be good. Like I want people to just make people's lives easier.
Well, I got 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you give off fucking great vibes all the time, bro. 2, that's such a crazy, I don't know, I guess that's like such a dope interpretation of it, right? Like you said, life is dukkha and like
Suffering. That's like the literal translation is suffering.
But for you to be able to take that away, and I don't know if you got the explanation from somewhere else, but for you to take that away is like shitty things happen all the time. Everybody's going through something, right? Most people would have been like, well, damn, that's just straight up. Like, life sucks. But being able to look at that further and say, like, yeah, everybody's going through something. It's about how people overcome that and what we want to share in the world. And that's what not many people think about all the time.
And again, like I just wish people would take that, like you said, take that extra step, like to just be like, okay, because people do just be like, damn, yeah, life sucks. Like, everybody's sitting around, sitting together in harmony. Life sucks. Like, oh yeah, we get it, bro. Like, so what you finna do about it? Go make it a little bit easier.
3rd, your name's not Bodhi?
My real name is not Bodhi. My government name is not Bodhi.
Damn, whole time I thought it was actually Bodhi, bro.
If you hang around me and my girl enough, she gonna call me by my government name. But
where'd the Bodhi come from?
I got kicked out of ISU, went home. My grandma passed away that summer, and it's just like bad vibes at the crib. You know, like, you know, when you're not in that place to where you can move out yet, but like you're also just not trying to be at the crib so much. So it's just like, all right, I don't really want to stay here neither, and I'm not trying to up and get a job yet, like in the city at least. Like I'll go work out in fucking Bloomington. I'll go cook. I was cooking pizzas, bro. I worked at Blaze Pizza. Long story short, got kicked out, went to community college, learned that shit in world religions class. Like just because I was in a place where I didn't know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like I was like, man, like I have no real idea of where I want to go in life. Like I got kicked out of school, don't really want to be in the crib. What I'm gonna do? Like, and I'm literally the earliest class I ever had, like at school. It was like 8:15 in the morning. This cool old white dude looked like Will Ferrell, but he was like cool though, like, and he was like, that was my world religions teacher. And whatchamacallit, when we were going over all the religions, like it's just they're all saying the same shit. They're all just trying to give you a guideline to life and how to live your life. Who's to say what's true, whatever. Buddhism don't even give a fuck about none of that. They're not even saying none of it's true. They're just like, listen, this is how we feel about shit. Like, you're going to accept it. It is what it is. And I was like, bro, that's really dope. Like, and then so I just kind of leaned towards it, bro. I was going by Dose before that. Like, and
Dose?
Yeah, Dose. Like, because, all right, my name's Fernandos. And so I'll just go by Dose. And it's just like you type in Dose anywhere, you're going to get everything but my music.
Yeah.
There's so many other things. So I was like, all right, Bodhi I is something that, like, you Google it, you can see me. Like, you're going to find me. You're not going to get confused. Like, oh, man, there's 3 Bodhi Z's. Like, nah, there's hella doses. So I just had to change that shit. Mm-hmm. And, bro, like, honestly, going back to the limitations and stuff, my dad used to be a comedian. He used to be a stand-up comedian. He was cool. Like, Bernie Mac, he's got pictures of, like, Jamie Foxx, Chris Rock, Shaq. Like, he was doing Def Comedy Jam, shit like that. But ended up not really like doing much with it, like he took it to a certain place and then didn't go kind of, I'm sure, where he expected to.
He didn't go where he was supposed to go.
And who am I to say that, but like I'm again like to where he expected to, where his expectations were. So it's like I didn't want to go by that same name, like trying to not say like live that same path, but I just didn't want to attach to that. Like that was him, that's his thing. I'm good. Like I want my own. Like that's why I tell people I introduce I'm Bodhi. Like I'm my own artist and my own artistry kind of a thing.
That fucking PNB Bodhi is just gonna stick with me
PNB
every
Bodhi,
time, bro.
I swear. Hey, listen, man. It's the light skin thing, bro. People, I did he got this song called I Like Girls.
Yeah.
I did a remix of that shit, bro. So I played it for someone. They were like, bro, I love this song. And I was like, yo, this is me. And they're like, oh shit, I thought this was the real one. I'm like, yeah, no, bro. Like,
I'm gonna need to hear that shit.
that was a big influence on my music, bro, in like 2019, bro. The Lover Boy Bodhi, I took that shit. I had that shit before Drake, one. I don't care what nobody say. Put my shit out in like 2018, 2019. And I got it not from PNB, but I was like, this nigga make like light skinned nigga music for the bitches, bro. Like just lover boy music. Like that's what it was for. And then so I'm like, all right, I'm Lover Boy Bodhi, like Lover Boy, everything, bro. I like making music almost in characters. I would say like the Lover Boy Bodhi, I'm Cowboy Bodhi, I'm this Bodhi. Mm-hmm. Like it is fun, man.
I want to take it back real quick, like a little far back, because we kind of, man, we got to the end of the outline by just talking, and that's dope, right? But there's been a lot of instances where you talk about kind of having to face yourself, take a hard look at yourself, right? You were talking about, do I really want to get this job? Does this mean I'm giving up if I do take this job? Or having to come back and be in that place where, do I want to move out or should I stay here? And with that lyric by G-Eazy, he says, ask myself questions that you have but you don't ask. And everybody has those questions about themselves. It's like, but do we want to face that, right? What was one of those questions for you?
People always ask me to pick a lane, like what do I want to do? And then I just like brush it off. Like it depends on the moment with me. If you ask me when I'm in the studio, I'll be like, oh yeah, I just want to keep engineering. Da, 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 da. You ask me when I'm playing music, it'll be, oh, like I want to make music. Like this is what I want to do. You ask me when I'm just in the room, oh, I want to I had to ask myself that question for real. Like, what do I really want out of this? Like, who? It came down to like, who do I really like look to as? I want to be like them, essentially. And I really want to own a studio. Like, I want to like have just a creative space to like bring motherfuckers and get things done. But like, it was a really tough question because it's like, do I really, as much as I love making music, do I really like, am I aiming to be fucking Michael Jackson? No, not really. Like, I enjoy it. I do it because like I have fun with it. Like, do I really want to be LXXI, an engineer, motherfuckers, my whole life? Like, no. But like, I'm always gonna help out. I'm always gonna want to make money. Like, it all makes sense. Like, I had to sit down with myself and be like, all right, well, like, where can I do all of these things? Like, but in one. And so it's like that. But I wouldn't want it in Chicago, though. Like, I wouldn't, as much as I hate to say it, but, like, I wouldn't want it here.
Why not?
You know what? I'm not going to say I won't want it, but it's just hard. Like, people don't come to record in Chicago. Like, somebody told me, actually recently, which kind of sucked because it's like, damn, you telling me, like, 2 years into this shit. But they're like, if you really want to engineer, like, as a career, you got to go to L.A. or, like, Nashville, maybe even, like, Miami or New York. But, like, who comes to Chicago? Like, ooh, we finna go to Chicago and get lit and record. Like, no, bro. We going to Miami, where it's the bitches and weather and all this. We going to Cali. They got the weed. They, bitches, whatever. New York is New York City, labels, whatever. What do we have in Chicago? We don't got nothing.
The trenches?
Yeah, exactly. The trenches. Like, niggas don't even want to come here to visit their family for real. You think they want to come here and visit, like, or come and record a song? Come record their album? Like, no. Like, that's why, I mean, we do have, like, major studios here, like, studios that people are loyal to and, like, will always come to. But, like, people don't come from out of town to come to record in Chicago.
So why not try to change that?
That's why I kind of like backtracked a little bit. I would love to try to change it, and if that time were to come, I wouldn't like stray away from that. But I don't know, man. Like, it's tough when you gotta, like, I hate to say it, but like, look out for yourself, and like, you gotta plant the right roots in like the right places, kind of a thing. So like, I don't even, like, I've lived in Chicago my whole life. Like, if I was to go somewhere else and, like, do that somewhere else and then, like, bring it back home, I feel like that would be fun, too. And, like, I would almost, like, I don't want to say set myself up for failure, but it's, like, what I really want to do wouldn't be the first, like, go around. Like, I wouldn't be like, all right, I'm just going to start this grassroots studio and be that forever. But it's like, nah, I got to make those connections. I got to bring people back here, essentially. People not just going to come just because of me.
So let's hit that real quick, right? You mentioned, who do I really want to be? That you had to face yourself and ask that, like, who do I really want to be?
Again, bro, it's all bigger than me. Like, I don't want it to ever just be me and, like, my business, my thing. Like, I want to be able to provide for, like, my friends. Like, I want to have that, like, space. I want to have that connections. I want to have the production company to where I can be like, all right, boom, this is where you need to go to get your whatever's made. This is who you should hit up for the videos. This is who you hit up for, let's do this kind of press, whatever. Like, it's maybe not even that, like a label, like a studio label kind of a thing, bro. Like, but again, like, I just don't think that it would be something I'll start here.
That's you putting a limitation on yourself, bro.
I know.
You're talking about self-limitation. You're talking
about
limitations on yourself,
They
bro.
caught me, y'all. They caught me. Take me in. But nah, it's also my vision, Like, I'm 26, bro. Like, I feel old. I know I'm not really, like, old, but I feel old, and, like, I've been here my whole life. When I moved out to Bloomington, as limited of a place that is, I grew a lot as a person because of how different it was and, like, the experiences, the people. So it's like, if I was to move somewhere else, not even to, like, a Cali, I don't want to go live in Cali, bro. Honestly, it's so expensive. People are weird as fuck. Like, I'm good, bro. Even like a Nashville, bro. I'll go live in Nashville, fucking learn how to record country music, get me, find me a little fucking Dolly Parton, give me a plaque or some shit, and then, like, be smooth, come back to Chicago with some country niggas or, like, whatever, bro. But, like, I feel like I need to take that step outside of of Illinois now. You know, I went to Bloomington, lived out there. That was when I learned the engineering or learned like production and stuff. Came back home, learned engineering. Now, boom, go fucking somewhere else and learn some new shit.
What do you feel like's the biggest way you grew personally out in Bloomington?
Just meeting my homie Snow, bro. We went to the same high school, bro. We went to Taft, like.
Hey, shout out Tab.
Yeah, shout out to Taft, but like, wasn't no rappers at Taft. Wasn't nobody at Taft like inspiring me to engineer or like be creative that much. You know, like everybody was just kicking it. Motherfuckers would go play basketball, like that's it, or go get high or whatever. Like so, going to Bloomington, it was like these. I didn't know these people. Like I could connect with these people through us both wanted to do music and whatever. So I met my homie Snow. That's the one who taught me how to use Ableton and all that other shit. And he was like someone I wasn't even like essentially super close with him, like to like where we like talked all the time or whatever, but I definitely looked up to him just like on the music thing. Like he literally did what he wanted to do, and he was going crazy. And then he ended up passing away like my junior year. I was like right before signing up for spring like classes.
This is the dude that was gonna charge you for the beat, right?
The one who was gonna charge me for the beat, and then he was like, "All right, well, get Ableton. I'll teach you how to do that shit. Taught me how to do that shit. Like, would literally like check up on me, like, yo, send me something. Like, just send me a beat. You know, he's not gonna use it or whatever, but like, just like, how you doing? Like, how's your beat sounding and shit like that. So like, he ended up passing away, and then in my head, bro, I was just like, I could literally sit out here for another semester and try to like fake this shit, but. Like, bro, like, this nigga just died. Like, somebody who was really doing this shit. And I'm out here half-assing, doing music, doing school. Don't really know what the fuck. Like, if I was to die today, bro, I'd be blue if I told somebody that shit. You know, like, if I die today, I want to be like, yeah, I was an engineer. Yeah, I was doing this. I was doing what I want to do. Kind of a thing, bro. Like, that was, like, the real big trigger for me to be like, all right, I'm finna take this next 6 months, fuck school. Just gonna work out here, flip these pieces. Go back home, make that shit work out, bro. Do this music shit full time, man. And that's like the biggest lesson I learned, bro, was just taking that fucking leap, G. Like doing everything 100%. Because that's what I was not doing. You gotta commit that shit. You gotta commit, bro.
But aside from the music, bro, how do you feel like you grew?
Just as a person too, bro. Like having faith in yourself. Like I didn't know how the fuck what I was gonna do when I got back. Got a doorman job, like just fresh out of like whatever, easy little $18 an hour to sit on my phone. And then my mom was cool. I got a fucking studio because she was like, all right, you can still live at the crib. I don't want to like stress you out. Boom, I got $400 a month for a little studio now. Now I don't gotta be loud, whatever. Like just having that faith, like, all right, if I'm making the right decision, life gonna reward me for that shit. That's like the biggest thing in music and whatever. Relationships, like you go all in for somebody, they gonna reward you back.
So the last question, bro, that I have for you is, you mentioned taking a break from music, taking a break from being an artist, but there was also a point where you took a break from being an engineer, right?
Yeah.
What prompted this?
Just mentally, like it's a lot. Like you're dealing with people's art, you're dealing with artists, you're dealing with a lot of different like personalities and stuff. It can, I don't know, it can be heavy sometimes to where it's like, all right, I don't have the capacity for it. I was going through some personal stuff, I was going through some money stuff, to where it was like, all right, I'm just gonna engineer for like people that I want to like engineer for. Like I had a very just tight group of people that I was doing it for, but I can't like deal with all the extra things that come along with it. And there was a point where I just didn't have another studio to go to. I was just kind of like up in the air. So it's just, you gotta learn to live with that, like make it work regardless. You know, I pride myself in being like, I'm always be good. I'm gonna make it work. So I needed that break. I trusted that life was gonna like make it work to where I was like, the money I was as an engineer and I was able to do fucking DoorDash, you know. So it's like I just needed that break, bro. It's very it's an investment, You know, in my time, my emotions, my fucking creativity, you know, I just wasn't feeling it.
Just like you said, dealing with all those people is draining, bro. Especially when, like I know I get you on a different level because
Even doing interviews, you know, like I'm sure you deal with a lot of different people to where like you sometimes might, how do I feel? Like, how am I feeling today? You know, I just did 2 interviews in 4 days, 5 days, but like, and I've got all these stories and emotions from other people, but like, how am I personally feeling? It's the same thing. Like, I'm dealing with other people, music and talking to other people. Blah, 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 like, what do I want to do? How do I feel? You know, kind of a thing. You don't want to neglect yourself too much. So that's why I felt like I was doing.
sometimes you gotta take that break. You gotta take that step back.
Cause ain't nobody else gonna do it. Ain't nobody be like, hey, bro, I feel like nah. They gonna run you dry.
They want their shit, and as soon as you don't have anything left to give, it's all right. Peace out.
Yeah, back to that first thing, bro. Like people aren't understanding. Like it's what do I need? I need this now. Like why you can't give it to me? That's all they see. But it's like you don't even know what I got going on, kind of a thing. So
Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you sliding through and talking about these self limitations.
yeah, no, it's been a good sit down, bro. Like it's been on my head, bro. Like heavy on my mind.
Yeah, you feel a little lighter now.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, but shout out Tav, shout out Bodhi, shout out Bobby, shout out Nico.
Bobby, Nico, Marquise, Patson, bro. Everybody, Joe, everybody at the Ave. Just everybody, man. Shout out to everybody in life. If you doing that shit, bro, keep doing that shit.
All right, guys, that's going to be all for today. Make sure you go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Check out Bodhi. Be prepared for Bodhi Van Gogh. And, hey, he's got a song with Nico coming out very soon, so keep an eye out.
Yes, yes. Can't stop, won't stop.
Sad Boys for real. Peace out.
This is Sad Boy Radio.
Broken pieces, who's to blame?